Welcome to Roman to Yoga. If you're new here, I'm Casey. Make your way down one vertebrae at a time. Take a full body stretch. Turn your head to look left and right. Place your hands at heart center. And today, I invite you to focus on the word contentment. We'll get more into this later throughout today's class. Place your arms in the T position. Step your feet to the wide edge of the mat. Turn your knees to the left, take your gaze to the right. Turn your knees to the right and take your gaze to the left. Windshield wipe out your hips just a couple of times. Bring a little bit of space into your body. Next time the knees lower to the left, pause. Pick up the left foot and place it just above the right knee. Flex your toes. Release the left foot down. Turn your knees towards the right. Pick up the right foot. Place it just above the left knee. And take your gaze to the left. Close your eyes and soften the muscles in your face. Breathe in and breathe out. Release the stretch. Draw your knees into your chest and gently rock from left to right a few times. The easiest way for you, come to a hands and knees position. If you need a little bit of support under the knees, feel free to grab an extra blanket, towel, or whatever you have on hand. Come to hands and knees. Step your left foot back and bend and straighten the ankle a couple of times. No need to rush through this. On your next breath, circle the knee out in one direction. The practice of contentment supports the sense that all is well and all as it should be. Circle your knee in the opposite direction. Step the left foot in between your hands. Rest the top of the right foot onto the mat. And bend and straighten the left knee just a little bit a few times. Find stillness. Close your eyes. The Sanskrit word for contentment is santosha. If you bring the floor a little bit closer to you, grab your yoga blocks at this time. Breathe deeply. Soften the muscles in your face, around your eyes. Create space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. And breathe deeply. On your next breath, extend the left leg long. Notice that you have a slight micro bend in your knee. Wiggle out the foot and hip hinge forward. If you need to bring the blocks on the highest position, that's okay. Remember to meet yourself where you're at, because you are exactly where you need to be. As your body calls you out, place a bend in your left knee and slowly step the foot back. No need to rush. You'll get there. Curl the toes under. Inhale, lift your arms up. Lower your arms down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Just a few rounds of movement. Next time the arms lift up, find stillness. Try your best not to crunch forward. I know it's so easy. Your palms should face one another. Contentment is the acceptance of what is and loving your efforts without attachment to what may or may not come from them. Something to think about. Slowly lower your hands down and return to hands and knees. Step your right foot back and bend and straighten your right ankle a couple of times. Breathe in and breathe out. And as your body calls you out, begin to circle your knee out in one direction. Draw your low belly in and up. Keep your core tight, tucked, and engaged. Circle your knee in the opposite direction. Go slow. No need to rush through this. Extend the right leg back and step it through the hands. If you're using blocks today, grab them at this time with a flat back, hip hinge forward, keep your spine lengthened out, rest the top of your left foot onto the mat, close your eyes. Contentment crowds out resentment. As your body calls you out, extend your right leg long, shake out the foot a couple of times from left to right, keep a micro bend in your knee, and adjust the position of your blocks if needed. Contentment also helps to weed out anxiety in your life, doubt, and these directly oppose your personal practice. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Begin to wiggle out your toes. Notice how you feel in your body. And if you're not already, turn towards me. If you're using props today, grab them at this time. Set up a little bit of support for under the knees if you have sensitive knees. If not, you can skip this step. Everybody's body is different. Separate your knees as far as comfortable. Walk the hands forward. If you're using blocks today, you can stack them up or you can rest onto the ground. If you're using blocks, let your forehead rest into the blocks and feel the deep stretch in your hips. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. If any negative thoughts start to come your way, just tell yourself, not now, not now. As your mind comes back to this space, become aware of your body. Walk your hands back, push into the earth, slide your hips closer to your heels. Take a moment, come out of this very slowly. That pose can be a lot, so commend yourself for trying it. And the easiest way for you, come to a seated position, step the feet hip-width distance, lower the knees in one direction, lower them in the opposite. A little bit of movement in your hips after holding that posture. Pick up the right foot and place it just above the left knee. Circle your foot out in one direction. Circle your foot out in the opposite direction. Consider contentment in your thoughts. Slowly, become aware of your foot and release it down back towards the mat. No need to rush. We'll all get there. Extend your legs out long. Place a bend in them. Pick up your left foot and place it just above the right knee. Circle in one direction. Then circle your foot in the opposite direction. Find stillness. Envision that left knee is going away from you. This may just be a micro movement. It doesn't have to be much. Consider contentment in your speech. As your mind comes back to the present moment, lower your foot down, turn towards me if you're not already, and separate your feet wide apart. Flex your ankles, sit up tall. If you're using blocks today and you want to bring the earth closer to you, grab them at this time and hip hinge forward. Now you may be resting down onto the mat. I am pretty high up in the air, and that's okay. Remember, meet yourself where you're at, because you are exactly where you need to be. Find contentment within yourself. Close your eyes, flex your ankles, and breathe. If your hands are flipped up, turn them down onto the ground. If they're on the ground, flip them up. Then slide your hands down towards your thighs. Firmly press into the earth and sit up. Bring your feet together and shake them out a few moments. Smile to yourself softly. In the easiest way for you, come to the hands and knees position. Bring your feet together, your shins. Set your hips back onto your heels. Walk the hands forward and close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Child's pose. Place your hands in the prayer position. Rest your elbows onto your mat and walk your elbows a little bit more forward. See if this opens up your upper back just a little bit more. Be content with this. Close your eyes and breathe. Lower the hands back down onto the mat and make your way onto your belly. Place a bend in your elbows. Rest the tops of your feet onto the ground. Extend your arms into the goalpost position. Take your gaze to the left and drag your left knee up towards your left elbow. I want you to ask yourself, what are you content with in your life? Think of one thing specifically that you're happy with, that doesn't cause you stress or anxiety or doubt. Repeat it to yourself softly. Drag your left foot down to meet the right. Gently rest your forehead into the mat for a moment. Turn your gaze in the opposite direction. Then drag your right knee up to meet your right elbow. Come back to the words of being content in your life. Focus on this. It's so easy to let your mind wander outside of this room, but focus on what you're content with right here and right now. Drag your right knee back to meet your left, both feet. Extend your arms long. Rest your forehead into the mat and breathe just for a moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Slide your hands down back towards your elbows. Place a bed at your elbows. And notice how this stretch feels, coming back to it the second time in today's class. Soften the muscles in your face. Unclench your jaw. Come to hands and knees. Exhale, drop the belly. Inhale, round the spine. Take a few rounds of cat and cow. Go slow. No need to rush through this. No need to look like your neighbor. Come to a seated position. Firmly press into all four corners of the feet. Lower your knees towards the mat. Hip hinge forward. Walk your hands forward. If you want to use your yoga blocks, grab them at this time and try your best not to round your upper back. Place your hands into your blocks. Close your eyes and see if your knees can come a little bit closer to the floor. But if not, that's okay. You are exactly where you need to be. Bring your mind back to what you are content with in your life. Come to a comfortable seated position. Roll your shoulders back. Draw your hands to heart center. And always, always commend yourself for making time for you. Now you better let me know what kind of yoga video you'd like to see, because it's a guessing game for me, man. Have a great day.